All right, everybody. So, it's your boy CB. Uh, this is my take on the new show Black AF, Black as Fuck, whatever you want to call it, by Kenya Barris. Also starring Rashida Jones. Um, your boy Bumper Robinson shows up. D Long shows up. So it's a lot of people out there. So this review is this my take on the show, plus why y'all reviews is wrong. Um, so first of all, there's been a lot of discussion about the show, and I know everybody's at home bored, quarantine and all that. So I get it. Uh, I for one, and I know it's a lot of people that was also excited about the show. That you know what I'm saying. Some of y'all was kind of disappointed, but at the same time, you know, you if you didn't know what to expect when you turned it on, then that could add to the disappointment. So like when I saw it, especially being a fan of Curb Your Enthusiasm, I was excited, and then to see that Rashida Jones was involved even made me more excited. And I guess what I'm saying. One reason why I can appreciate the show, and maybe some other black people can't, is that I'm in that weird space where I watch pretty much all the black shit to come out, of course, but then I watch a lot of the white shit to come out. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching the sci-fi shit. I'm watching the comedies that come out. I got a wide spectrum of interests of different types of movies, shows. A lot of y'all that I see making these reviews, y'all don't even know like the other shows that's out there. So when y'all speak on this thing, y'all ain't even speaking intelligently on the actual, let alone the comedy genre. Y'all ain't even speaking intelligently on TV itself. A lot of y'all. So I'm a real TV nerd, so I feel like it's that's the reason I need to speak on what the show is. Now, I did a little research, or really I just watched some of y'all reviews. Found out that Kenya Barris really got his big break doing America's Next Top Model with Tyra Banks. He kind of like helped her put the show together, which is pretty damn amazing. That show have been on forever. It was on forever. Then it took a break, and then it came back. So that right there should tell you that he kind of know what he's doing. I seen people talking about he robbed Netflix and everything because he got $100 million deal, but he a veteran. You know what I'm saying? And you don't stick around in that industry that long if you don't know what you're doing. So uh, I just can't stand the idea that people looking at it and then getting this idea about Kenya that he's some kind of out of touch dude or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? He didn't grow up rich. He grew up, he ain't had shit. He actually went to college down in Atlanta at Clark. So, you know what I'm saying? He know what the black experience is. I think it's a lot of times when black people see one of our own become successful, they want them to act in the same way that they would personally act. And that's not the way it go. That man did his thing. He went through the trials and tribulations that he went to get to where he's at. And you know what I'm saying? It might not be the way that you think he should do things, but he doing it his own way. And they address that in the show. That's what's funny too, is that a lot of the problems that people have with the show get actually addressed in the show. So y'all not even watching the show for real. Y'all acting like y'all watching the show so y'all can run out and do a video like this. You know what I'm saying? To get your opinion across to your followers, but you didn't really watch the show. All right, I watched the show, and I tell you the truth. When I first turned it on, when I watched the first episode, I didn't really like it either. I saw it, and it seemed a bit, contrived, and it was a little bit off. It was like some things that didn't quite, mesh well with me. But I kept giving it a chance. You know what I'm saying? And then I think they hit their stride on the third episode, which is the episode that Rashida Jones actually directed. And I think from that point on, the show, found what his groove was, and it started making more sense. Y'all talking about the colorism thing, I get it. You know what I'm saying? You want to see darker people on TV because there's always somebody light-skinned portraying black life, and if you dark skinned and you see that, you don't necessarily see yourself. I get it. But at the same time, if you actually, again, familiarize yourself with the man's work, you would know that on Blackish, of course, there's representation because two of the kids, he got the light-skinned kids, yeah, but then he also got dark-skinned kids. You know what I'm saying? And that's a portrayal of his life, just like Black AF is, Blackish is. And then on Grownish, it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, the daughter, she not even that light. You know what I'm saying? Even though she portraying a mixed child. She portraying the child as a quarter white. So, if you got a white grandparent, and, if you black with a white grandparent, you got a certain look to yourself, but, you know what I'm saying, it ain't always, a mixed look. If you even, it feel like some of y'all ain't even grow up with mixed kids or something. Like, y'all act like mixed kids are something new to y'all. And that's to me, that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, this man is trying to do a show portraying his life, his take on things, and y'all ate him up, just based off him portraying his perspective of life. And that's what we do too much of. Like, I know we, supposed to be super woke and super, all this kind of stuff. And everybody like, how is this black as fuck? Because everybody's black experience ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? If I'm black, and the way that I experience life, it's got not just to do with me being black. And I do have a lot to do with it. But it's also got to do with how you deal with that life. You know what I mean? And some of y'all ain't dealing with it very well. Some of y'all not, in the right mind state when you go out in the world to deal with things. And that really, that really tarnishes your experience. Not just as a black man, or as a black person, but just in general, as a human being. So, you got to keep that in mind. And, like I said, the show is on point to me for a few reasons. For one, it's very honest. He's being honest about how he feel about certain situations. Like the white gaze, that's a real thing. I don't give a fuck who you are, how light-skinned you are, how dark-skinned you are. You always have this, thing when you think about the way that, I ain't even gonna say when you think about it, because I know, that's the thing too. But when you interact with people of a different race, and by that I mean white people, you do get this feeling like they trying to get you, but they can't. You know what I mean? And to me, that's what that was about. It's like you never know what's on their mind when they looking at you, and it kind of mess with you a little bit if you think too much about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they was doing on the show. They was out with their white friends making comments that, it you understand why they making those comments, but at the same time, it's like, why the fuck you got to say, why you saying that about my daughter? My daughter got purple hair because she want purple hair. It ain't got nothing to do with, hip hop or nothing like that. If it was a little white girl with purple hair. It wouldn't say nothing about hip hop or it's Liddy or none of that shit. It'd just be, oh, you know, Clarissa got purple hair or whatever. You know, and it just seemed real, to me, it seemed like y'all ranking the men over the coals for no reason. Like, he put a show out. Even some people say that it's just derivative of that. He's talking about his life, his personal life. Now, yes, he did Blackish about his life. Then he did Grownish about his daughter's life in college. Then he did Mixedish about his wife's life growing up as a biracial kid. I mean, to me, that's three totally different concepts. It's all about experiences that he's familiar with, but just because it doesn't cater to you and your world, don't make it whack. It don't make it out of touch. It makes it not you. If you want to make a show about your life, please, by all means, go through the 20-something years of working for other people and doing all that kind of stuff, and then work your way up to the top to where you can do a show about your life. You know what I'm saying? But to try to call this man out and say that he's guilty of all these crazy things, like it's even on the show Mixedish. Again, being familiar with the man's work, I know that when they put Tika Sumpter as, you know, Rainbow's mom on Mixedish, that was a controversial decision, and it's because she's dark skinned. Because Rainbow, the real Rainbow mother, is not dark skinned. She's light skinned. But y'all gonna make a big deal. Y'all want to make a big deal out of that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even matching up what the real is. But they made a point to, I don't even know if they put her in that role because she's dark skinned or because she's just a good actor. But ain't nobody talking about that. All they want to talk about is how they don't see enough dark skinned people on the show. And it's just funny to me. But you know, like I said, the show is worth checking out. If you haven't checked it out, if you had checked it out and maybe you didn't like it, take another look. You know, it ain't gonna make no difference. Everybody watching the show anyway, so you might as well. But so far as me, I appreciate the show. You know, like I said, as a TV and movie nerd, hey, it's a decent show. It's funny. Rashida Jones is great in it. The kids, especially like the one scene is spoiler alert, but the one scene when the younger son think that the older son and him the same age, or he like the big brother, and he start calling little bro. That is hilarious. See, you miss out on that if you got all caught up in the other bullshit and you didn't even get to that point in the show. So all I'm saying is, give it a chance. Do your due diligence on the man's career. Know about the stuff that he's actually done, and know about it before you pass judgment on based off of, you know, the little bit that you do know. And if you don't normally make videos about TV shows, or you don't usually watch a whole lot of TV, don't make no fucking review about a show that just came out by a man that's been doing TV for years, because you're going to look stupid. That's all I got to say. I'm going to be out. If you got any comments, you leave them down there. You know where to do. I put my email up. You can email me. Do all that stuff too. Peace.